Hello, welcome to the Joystick Frequency, a video game podcast that doubles as a video game book club where you're a member just by listening in. I'm your host, Trent. Joining me in person for the third time, Brady.
Hello.
And Walker.
It's the third time I'm seeing these guys, ever.
Totally didn't meet outside of this. Last time, I'm pretty sure we went over our Games of the Year for 2024.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. And so this one, we're covering a handful of games that have come out since then, as well as some that are a little older that we've finished. It's been a relatively, not necessarily a dry season, just like a very busy season for all of us, including multiple promotions between us and just business on the work side booming in our day-to-day jobs. So if it feels a little lackluster, don't worry, we'll come back and hit you hard in the summer.
Are we punching people now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Full on.
Full on.
Full on
This is the
haymakers.
Joystick Frequency, your new video game fight club.
Where you remember just went, whop! Alright, so I did the intro out of order, but I'll go in the correct order and start with you, Walker. What have you been doing since the last one?
I honestly haven't been playing a ton of games. Well, I don't know what order I'm planning on diving into them, so I'll just talk about the few that I have. Did I mention Nine Souls last time?
I don't know if you did.
Okay. I started playing a game called Nine Souls, which is fucking rad. It is a 2D Metroidvania with Souls-like elements, heavy focus on a parry mechanic, really cool art style, and a story that blends Chinese fantasy and sci-fi, which is really fucking rad. The parry mechanic's been a load of fun. I just came fresh out of Bloodborne, so the idea of parries is very much still on my mind. Outside of that, played through a classic adventure game from the same people who did Return to Monkey Island, that kind of genre. It's called Thimbleweed Park. It follows two not private investigators, I think they're part of the FBI, as they are investigating a murder in a small town called Thimbleweed Park. It's just a weird-ass game. Within the first, 10 minutes, you have to... Or you're walking down the street and you are accosted by two women known as the Pigeon Brothers plumbers who step out of their vehicle in full pigeon outfits, talking about how these signals are very strong this evening. That is the level of bullshittery that we're talking about. It is wild, but I adored it. It was really good. And then my bigger game was Split Fiction, which I'll dive into later, considering I actually played that one to completion.
That is the best way to play a game.
Yeah. Other than that, I discovered a thing called, I'm not sure if you guys know, but books. They're video games where you don't have any say or input, and they play out entirely in your mind. It's very cool, very rad.
It's a cool new concept.
Very new, yeah.
Anyway, Brady, let's continue on. What are you going to be covering later on, and what have you been doing?
Let's see. The main game I've been playing since we last talked is Avowed, the new game by Obsidian, which is very fun, and I'll get into later. Some other games I've been playing since we last talked. I played Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous, which is a little bit of a mouthful, but basically you're playing as a crusader. You can play any of the Pathfinder classes, very similar to Baldur's Gate 3 for Pathfinder, essentially. You play any of the classes, and you play through a campaign of you directing the crusade and sealing off this land that you're in from the Abyss. There was a portal to the Abyss that got opened, and a bunch of demons are coming through, so you're leading a crusade to push them back into hell. Very in-depth RPG, lots of choices that you get to make. You get something called, it's like a divine soul or something. You get a spark of incredible power, and you get to choose what direction it goes into. So depending on your alignment, you lead the crusade, and in one of the inciting acts of the game, you get this spark of power from undisclosed source. And as you go through the game, you get to develop that power and lead it in certain directions based on your alignment. So if you're a lawful good character and do the requisite quests, you can become a gold dragon using that power. Or if you're lawful good, you become an angel. Lawful or chaotic evil demon, you can become a lich. swarm of locusts, fae, a bunch of different things. You get to take this power, and depending on the narrative choices and the quest you take, you can become something else.
Hell yeah.
And just to clarify, the spark of power, it's not a tadpole in the brain, yeah?
No.
Okay, completely different premise.
No. Way more related to demons than Olympians.
It's from hell, not space.
Come on.
It's an imp in the brain instead.
Yes. But you do have like a whole cast of characters party-wise that you get to build up and play with and talk to. Very similar to Baldur's Gate.
Do they also have the spark?
No.
Okay.
I guess you share yours with them. So they do get some of the powers.
Gotcha.
It's specifically for you. You are a main character.
How do you feel like it compares story-wise to... I mean, I know you're a big fan of a lot of like CRPG games and even stuff like the BioWare sphere.
So here's the thing. This is very much an old-style CRPG. And by old style, I mean very crunchy, very long, very text-based.
Gotcha.
I did not finish the game. I played for probably a month.
Oh, damn.
Playing the game, and I did not finish. It is a long game. There are like 5 acts. Each act is a good 10, 20 hours at least. And that's if you're not going through everything.
All right.
Again, it's all text-based, so it's and not great graphics, so it's really easy for them to make. But very like D&D real-time / paused combats. The crunching again is really crunchy. Like by the time you get to the main game, you're fighting enemies with like 49 AC, 30, 40 AC.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
But again, this is Pathfinder, so it's closer to like 3rd edition D&D, where ACs get super high, but you get like touch AC, ranged AC, melee AC,
right?
And ways to reduce it. It's a weird system. It's fun, very crunchy. Don't go into this if you're not interested in a very detail spreadsheet oriented play.
From my understanding, that's just kind of how Pathfinder is as well. Yeah, it's much more for the folks who enjoy the crunchier aspects.
I'd say if this is your type of game, go for it. If it's not, you're going to hate it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that and Avowed, which I talked about earlier, are the main games I've been playing. The only other thing I've touched, other than games we'll be talking about in the future, is a little bit of Total War Pharaohs. Played a little bit more of that.
Nice.
It's just fun to take over Mesopotamia as Babylon.
When does Civ 7 come out?
It already came out.
Are you diving into that at all?
I'm going to. I haven't yet.
Okay.
Currently, AC Shadows is my current focus.
Fair.
But it is on my docket.
What about you?
I'm going to have to go, I'm going to go a little more in-depth. Funnily enough, I'm going to go more in-depth into the game that's older than the game that's newer today. So, first off, the game that's newer, I guess I'll just go ahead and cover. Sniper Elite Resistance. Went through and played that with actually our editor here. And it was fun time, as always. Like, it's hard not to have fun shooting Nazis in the face. Which, honestly, might be a... polarizing statement these days, which is crazy. Okay.
If any Nazis listen to our podcast, I do not mind losing them.
No,
as viewers.
I'm not concerned about losing them as viewers. I don't give a shit about that. I'm concerned about getting black bagged.
Oh,
if they're black bagging me, man, they're scooping low.
They are scooping low.
All right, so went through, played that. I'm not disappointed in it. I'm just like, I feel like they could have done something. Each Sniper Elite has been building on the last and felt like there was something new. There's nothing really new about this next one except for that they added a couple of specialist missions, almost like Spec Ops in Modern Warfare. Single player only though. But other than that, it's just a standard go through sniping your targets, sneaking around and trying to stop a German superweapon from turning the tide of the World War II. I mean, it's been done 5 times now by them. And so whenever Resistance came out, I will say you're not playing the same character this time. You're playing another character you met in one of the previous games, but it's the same formula, and it's a good formula. X-ray kills are always fun, and it always comes just long enough that I've forgotten how fun the last Sniper Elite was, that I'll be like, oh, another one came out? Let's go. We're going to play it again and keep going. So, not too mad about it.
Just not
but
innovating on it, the formula quite enough.
Yeah, I want them to try and keep doing something new with each one. And I will also say that like some of the levels, they seem a little lackluster. I think they're running out of like environments to throw us into, kind of, with the fact that they've done the same game 5 other times now. So it's kind of getting stale. Maybe they end up moving to a wartime effort, but then again, then you're not sniping Nazis, you know. So maybe they have to reinvent. Maybe they have to go to a different part of the world, or like, I don't know. It needs something new. I will still probably keep playing them, obviously, especially because they're usually free on Game Pass, and it is an enjoyable game. So their gameplay is solid. So I'm a big fan of the series, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they go any further this next on the next iteration.
Let's see. Sniper Elite 5 was set in like France. Right?
Yeah.
They've had one set in like North Africa, in Italy.
Yeah.
And Germany?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the main locations.
Yeah, and
then I think the only other main theater that we haven't really hit is they could do like a snow mountainy campaign.
Ooh, you know,
yeah. Like
I don't think they've done much of the snow stuff, which would really give it this is the second time I'm bringing up Modern Warfare 2, which is crazy. But that Modern Warfare 2 snow level where you're going through with soap and sneaking around the base, that was one of the best levels in that game, so it would give it a nice feel.
I'm just trying to think of the most visually distinct thing that isn't green grass and some trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? And then the Resistance is in France, so we've covered like most of the European area already, including Northern Africa. So we'll see where they go from there. And then the one that I'll go a little more in depth in later on is I don't know if it's a love or a hate letter that I'm sending to Cyberpunk. We'll just call it a little bit of indifference, and I'll start by only saying that I said hate letter. It's not that I'm negative on the game, it's that the game is negative on me, I feel. And we'll dig into that a little later. I'm not sure how I feel about it, and so I'm going to try and talk my feelings out about it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Do you have a quiz prepared for us this week?
No, I have something else for later.
Oh, okay.
Lord. Okay.
All right.
We've been doing this for a couple of years now, to the point that we now have 3 winners of the Game of the Year award, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Are we getting quizzed on our own Game of the Year list?
No, we're not getting quizzed at all.
Okay.
I think that it'd be really cool if we determine the Game of the Years that we think of before we started doing this podcast.
Oh, fuck me. I need to... Oh.
And that's not, not saying we're going through every year or anything, but I think we can take, like, a gap of 3 years. We have a few minutes that will obviously be cut out of us, like, Googling for games, that we think we should put out and vie for them to be the Game of the Year for that year, and then we'll have a discussion about it.
3 years. Each of us pick one game for each year.
There should be some that we've all played, but there will probably be a few years that, like, 2 of us have played, but not the third, kind of.
Okay. So you want to do like a top 3 from each year, and then
I think that'd be fine.
Let's do 17, 18, 19.
17, 18, 19?
Everything pre-COVID, and then we hit our podcast.
17, 18, 19? Okay. Well,
I just remember that 2017 was... I just saw a Reddit post recently that was a hype game. So
do we want to start in 2017, or do we want to start with 19?
Let's do forwards. It makes more sense to go forwards, I think.
I searched 2017 games, and the 3 things that popped up instantly were Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Good fucking God.
I'll put in Horizon Zero Dawn will be on mine.
Okay.
That's a very, very good game.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put out my... it's not necessarily my number 1, but the first one I'm going to recommend. Hollow Knight.
Oh fuck me.
All right, I have my second that I'm putting out there, but I'm waiting until we at least get one from each of you. I'm going to have an honorable mention right here, just because I played it this morning, Destiny 2.
Oh, did it launch then?
Yeah.
Night in the Woods, I know, is very popular. It's one of M's faves.
I've got my top 3. It's Horizon Zero Dawn, Middle-earth, Shadow of War, and Agents of Mayhem.
Cool, I don't have to do Middle-earth, Shadow of War. You said Agents of Mayhem?
Agents of Mayhem.
What was that one again?
I don't know.
It sounds
anyone
familiar.
else besides me on this planet has played it. It's the same people that made Saints Row. They made like a spin-off Saints
That's
Row game.
right. Okay, that's
and
what it was.
Bombed, and it wasn't great, but I had a blast playing it.
Oh, the best game I haven't played yet, Rain World, came out that year.
Rain World.
I really want to play that game. It's kind of, I think it's like a very brutal platformer.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know much about it. The aesthetic's very cool. People said that if you like Souls-like games or stuff like Outer Wilds and Hollow Knight, you might enjoy it. So I was like, sounds like it's right up my alley. It's beautiful. I haven't touched it yet. I think I picked it up in the most recent Steam sale. So, well,
I don't know if any of us have played this, so I'm going to mention it for an honorable mention just because I know there is quite a cult following to it. Nier Automata.
I've played that.
I've heard really fucking good things about it.
Or I've played one playthrough of it. I've heard you have to play it.
I think there are 16 endings or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, Slime Rancher came out that year?
Oh, no.
My number one
So
off the gates
put
about
Breath of
that.
the Wild down for him, obviously.
Oh, I'm writing down everyone's. I was just writing down mine.
Oh, Mass
you have
Effect
the notes
Andromeda
set.
came out.
Huh?
Mass Effect Andromeda came out that year.
I know.
Put from also in my top 3, Prey.
Oh.
I don't know. Have either of you played Prey?
No, but I've heard really good things about it.
It's a really good game. I'm surprised you haven't played it because of how much you dig sci-fi.
Yeah, I it's one of the ones that's been on my list for years.
Yeah,
I know Ryan adores that game.
I'm not a big sci-fi fan, and I fucking love that game.
Stick Fight the game came out that year.
Is that your choice?
No, but
Just shut up and put your second into Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. I've got a
You're the Nintendo boy of us. We
It's-
know you. Actually, sorry, my third's Assassin's Creed Origins.
Damn.
Don't worry, you don't have to cover it now. Or
PUBG
what?
came out that year.
Well, we're not
We're about to duke
we're
it
not
out.
covering these. We're just saying which is our favorite.
Yeah. We're about to fucking duke it out though
Yeah.
for these. This is a banger year.
Damn it. Okay,
My list is Horizon Zero Dawn, Middle Earth: Shadow of War, and Agents of Mayhem. Trent is Hollow Knight, Prey, and Assassin's Creed Origins. So far, you have Breath of the Wild.
Okay, Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and Slime Rancher are mine.
Odyssey?
Odyssey and
Mario
Odyssey and Slime Rancher. Mario Odyssey is one of the best platformers I've played, like 3D platformers I have played. It's very solid. God, are those other games good? Hollow Knight's fucking incredible. Horizon Zero Dawn's one of my favorite games of all time.
All right, so we have our list. So I think
Are we debating or are we getting all our lists first?
I think we can debate 2017.
Okay.
That way we can do 1 year and then do
Yeah.
another year just to judge how long it's been.
Are we cutting out the yammering, like the
Yes,
going
we're-
through the games? Or because I thought that was honestly a really good conversation.
Okay.
We don't have to cut it out. I mean, I think that was
Yes,
fine. And
we
honestly, it was quick enough that I feel like we can include it in. So before we go on and even consider these, I think we have to rule out any game that was played by only one of us.
Don't make me shoot my children.
I've played all 3 of those games.
Oh,
don't
you
have to
have?
shoot me.
Okay,
I've also I think anyone that's in consideration should have been played by 2 or more of us.
Okay, I'm so sorry about Shadow of War, because I know those games are supposed to be very good.
We played it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take Agents of Mayhem off the list.
Okay.
Is that one a... correct me if I'm wrong, that's a Saints Row spinoff?
No.
Yeah, okay. Oh, did you just say that?
He did
I'm
say it.
so sorry.
Don't worry, you were in.
I was trying to determine which of
2017
my
is-
children to shoot, okay?
Yeah, 2017 was in
It
rapturous.
was a tough one.
Good lord.
Okay.
Hollow Knight's fucking incredible. I didn't play it in 2017. Does that take it off the list, or
No.
does that keep
No,
it in
that's fine.
contention? Okay.
No, that's also part of this like retroactive
Yeah.
thing is because I don't think I played in 2017 either.
Have you played Prey?
I have not played Prey.
Prey's off the list.
That's
tragic.
tragic, but
Fair.
I'm a victim to my own rules.
Okay, so Walker gets to keep all his stuff.
Did you guys play Slime Rancher?
I did.
I played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A little bit.
I'm
didn't play
assuming
the
it's
whole thing.
not going to end up on our top of the list here.
It's a fun game. It is not on Horizon Zero Dawn, Shadow of War.
And you you played Breath of the Wild, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Breath of the Wild.
It's a really good
It's hard to
fucking
argue
game.
against.
I haven't played it, or I've played a little bit of it, so it's
It's an incredible game.
yeah. So I was just making sure that you played it at least.
All right.
So
Are we-
go down the list and let's.
I'm going to go ahead and,
Read off.
if it's all right with y'all, I'm going to nix Slime Rancher. Because me and Trent both have one knocked off our list.
Just make it painless.
No,
God.
Here's a gunshot in the
Do
background.
you want me to tell you when I actually delete it from the list? You don't want to know?
I don't want to know.
I deleted it before I asked.
Fucking hard.
Okay, so
Okay.
then go down the list real quick and let's make sure.
If you haven't played Slime Rancher,
My
play
two
Slime Rancher.
games are Horizon Zero Dawn and Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Okay, so you've played Horizon Zero Dawn. I played Shadow War, so we're good there.
Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Which you played.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
Have you played? Okay. I haven't, but I've watched so much content of it that I feel like I've played the game.
Hollow Knight. Have you
Hollow
all
Knight,
Yes.
yeah.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
We've
All
all
three.
played, yeah.
Yeah.
Great game.
So that's all 2017 games.
Okay.
Okay, so now I guess.
Now we fight.
Now we fight.
Let's get
I
this
think let's-
shitty Hollow Knight game off of this list.
I think let's start with the most obvious one, which I think might be contentious, but in retrospect may be obvious. Assassin's Creed Origins is a great game. I don't think
It's
it's
not
the best
top
of this
eight.
year.
No, we can get rid of
Like, it is very good. I adore
Damn.
Bayek, but I do not think, in comparison to some of the other games.
It's a
that are on,
fantastic
Yeah.
game. It's not the level of the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, this is between Horizon Zero Dawn and Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If it's me,
Yeah. I mean, Zelda's also on
I
the
could
top of
also
my list.
consider
I can't-
Shadow of War in there, but the cultural impact of Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, beat it out.
Yeah.
For me.
I think like Hollow Knight is good enough to be my is obviously my number one for this year.
Yeah.
I think if I had to scrap any from that list, even though I have not played the other ones, I think I would scrap Horizon Zero Dawn, and then after that, the Shadow of War,
Okay.
and I would let Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild be in the top three, kind of thing. So I think that's an argument towards like Breath of the Wild being probably the one we pick here, or Mario Odyssey possibly being the one we pick here. Because you
Mario
say that's
Odyssey
the best.
is one of the best 3D platformers I have ever played.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because of this is a joint affair between all three of us here, I would be okay knocking it out of the in quotations top three spot.
Yeah.
In favor of keeping Horizon up
Yeah,
there.
I'm not putting, in no world am I putting Mario Odyssey above Horizon Zero Dawn, for me.
Okay.
Wild statement, but that's okay.
3D platformers are not my favorite type of game.
And that's fair.
I enjoy
They're
them.
one of my favorites.
They're classics.
So
Not my favorite.
obviously only one can win the game of the year, game of the year for 2017 for us, and we will document and have a full list of the game of the years as we're going through this. So I think what I'm hearing is Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Hollow
Hollow
Knight.
Knight?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Breath of
with
the Wild,
that.
game of the year,
Breath of the Wild.
Joystick Frequency game of the year 2017.
I adore almost every game that I've played on that list that we've mentioned there. It's fucking incredible.
Well, get ready for 2018.
Oh yeah, fuck. We have more of these.
So
2018 is another banger year.
so you're gonna have to put this one, but I will agree with you on it. Celeste is going on there.
Yeah. I knew that one was on there.
That one will be one of Walker's picks.
Did anyone else play Red Dead Redemption 2?
I did not.
I have
it-
not, but I
have it
know
on
it's
my
one of the best
or I have it
games.
on my hard drive.
that ever exists.
It's
I
on my
think
list.
it's on sale for like $15 on PlayStation right now. I may pick it up.
If I didn't have it on every possible platform, I'd get it.
Oh, God of War came out that year, and Spider-Man. Fuck, this was a banger PlayStation year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey also came out this year.
Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Among Us.
I think Smash Ultimate's on for me.
Smash Ultimate for you?
Yeah, only because like this is I know this was a banger PlayStation year. I don't have a PlayStation, so I've played through most of the God of War, but I have not finished it yet, so I can't put it on there for me.
Hey. Hades came out in 2018.
Ooh, you took Celeste. I'll take Hades.
Okay. Hades is very fucking good.
That way we can get the most out of what we want.
So Celeste, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, I want to nominate it just as like a general because
Hey.
Spyro kicks ass. It's a remake. I'm okay with letting it pass.
Among Us came out in 2018.
I know.
Yeah, that's not game of the year.
That's not
Fuck
game of
that.
the year.
The honorable mention at
But
best.
given the cultural impact
The cultural
on our
impact,
group
like-
specifically.
Yeah, we played the fuck out of that game.
Yeah.
You guys have to
That-
remember.
That game is kind of how me and Cass ended up
Really?
dating. Well, just because those Monday night
Well,
game
yeah,
nights
that's
are how
how-
we met each other.
Oh, that's a fair
Yeah,
point.
that's how me and Cass ended up together. Ryan invited her to an Among Us night.
I forget that Ryan knew her for, or like Bree,
yeah,
knew,
Bree.
right? Yeah. Sorry, we're talking about you in the third person, Cass. So you're gonna be listening to this later, like shut the fuck up.
Also, another honorable mention: Destiny 2 Forsaken specifically, because that was Cade's death.
Yeah,
that was that, and they came out with the new subclasses and everything. That was up until the final shape the best Destiny expansion that they had dropped.
Dark Souls Remastered came out. I haven't played that.
Walker, are you putting any PlayStation games on your list?
I may have to.
Because I am going to have to fill mine with mostly PlayStation games, I think, and I'm trying to decide what you're going to take and what I'm going to take.
I'm going to put Spider-Man up there if you want to take God of War or whatever the fuck you're going to take.
That was going to be on my list.
Okay. You took Smash, right, Trent?
Yeah.
So you've got Smash and Hades. Do you have anything else?
No, I
have Celeste and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple of options for 3. Sea of Thieves is fun.
Sea of Thieves fucking nuts fit in your mouth.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think is better than Origins, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't played Odyssey.
Really?
Odyssey's great. I played Origins.
Overcooked 2?
Okay.
Oh, Beat Saber came out.
Ooh.
I saw Harry Potter for a second and I was like, oh. But no, that's... we talked about Harry Potter coming out. Oh, baby Astrobot. This was Astrobot's first appearance.
I'm going to go ahead and put Among Us as my...
You're going to put Among Us on there?
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad it's actually up there.
It just has to be.
I might be putting Destiny 2 Forsaken, honestly.
It's not a game. It's a deal.
I would argue that, like, the scale...
I was joking. Please, let's not get back into this conversation. We're not getting back into this conversation. It's fine. You can put it on the list.
I would argue that the scale of this DLC specifically, like, made it, another game.
Let's see. I did see something I wanted to mention.
Ooh, actually, maybe I won't put it on there. Octopath Traveler might be my third.
That's a good game.
I still really need to play through that. I've started it 2 separate times.
Yeah, I haven't finished it. I've started it and played through part of it, and then...
I love the art style, and I remember you playing it.
I think I finished 3 of the storylines out of 8, so...
Okay.
It's just, that's a lot of fucking...
A lot of game.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through and
I'm only going to go to the top 200 that it mentions and then call it there. So I think unless I find like something.
Oh, Far Cry 5 came out?
Ooh, the Gardens Between was unique. Oh, Boku no Hero Academia 1's Justice came out.
Oh, nice. Never played that game.
Don't.
I considered bringing up every single time I've seen a Warhammer game mentioned, Brady, but I'm just going to hold back.
There's too many shitty Warhammer games to bring up all of them.
Minute was very good, very short.
I haven't played Minute.
Very good. It's very Zelda-y, like classic 2D Zelda-y. The point of the story is you literally have a minute to live. You pick up a sword, it's cursed, and whoever holds it only has a minute to live. And you have to try to finish a game based off of that. What did I say mine were?
You have currently Spider-Man and Celeste.
Spider-Man and Celeste.
This is going to be harder for me to decide Game of the Year.
Okay, what was the third one Octopath Traveler for my third.
Octopath Traveler?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to scroll for just a touch longer here, and then I'll decide. Yeah. Frog Detective!
Oh, no.
If you put Frog Detective as your number 2,
we might kick you off the podcast. Oh, I'm throwing haymakers out for fucking 2019, I'll tell you that right now.
Hentai Girl 2018?
Okay.
You really think
Everyone
think that 2018 is the Game of the Year one? 2017 was by far the better
Fair point.
entry in that.
But 2021 was the first one with VR.
They changed the game. They changed the game in 2021. I don't know what to tell you.
In all seriousness, there is a game that came out that I've only played recently. Wander Song was very, very good. It's a bard saving the world.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very good.
Is that?
It's not going to be mine, I don't think. But I'm going to scroll to the end of this section here, and then I'm going to scroll back to the top.
What is the one you're contemplating for your number 3?
I don't know. I need to go back and check. I'm 300 games deep here. I need to...
Oh, yeah.
All right. Back to top. All right. I've said Spider-Man and Celeste. I'm gonna go ahead and take. I attempted to put Hades on there because that was a fucking incredible game.
Trent's already got Hades.
I know.
If you want to do Hades, I can do Destiny 2 Forsaken that way. That way we at least have the list of 9.
Yeah, I'll take Hades. I'll happily take that.
Then I'll do Destiny 2 Forsaken.
Okay.
Don't worry, we know it's not winning.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll write it down and then strike it through.
All right, you want to read off our listing?
Yeah, and then we go through who's played them.
So I did Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm the only one that's played that.
Unfortunately, so
Yeah.
That's off the list.
I'm sorry. I know
that
it's supposed to be
absolutely
really
was my game of the year for 2018.
So if it makes you feel any better, I'm playing it this year. Like I will play it at some point
That
this
actually
year.
does make me feel better. God of War.
So
Very
two
good
and a
game.
half hands.
Okay, good enough.
That's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Among Us was my third. We've all played.
Yeah, we've all played.
Good game.
We're-
Got incredible cultural impact. I
Yeah.
do think we should probably chop it in the grand
That's for sure.
scheme of it.
It's going away. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just. We're listing names to make sure we've.
Oh,
all
we're just okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we're making sure that.
Celeste.
So played.
Played.
You played as well.
I have not played.
Oh.
I was pointing cheat too.
Okay.
You don't like platformers that much, do you? No.
Spider-Man.
So for Spider-Man, by the way, Walker Brady played.
Yeah,
Hades, I played.
I played.
Smash Ultimate.
Everyone's
we've all
played.
played.
Yeah,
The Destiny.
I played.
I played it.
Yeah, actually, that was when Walker
I
played.
did sneak into that one. That was the
It's not
last bit of
scratched out
Destiny
yet,
content.
It's already scratched out.
Okay, yeah.
Octopath Traveler.
Played.
I've played a little bit of it.
I played a little bit
It's-
of it.
I think I played enough to say I played it.
Yeah.
If you've gotten halfway through maybe 3 of the stories, I would say.
I haven't gotten that. But between the two of us, we've played enough to
Okay.
leave it on. Cool. So on the list we have God of War, Among Us, Celeste, Spider-Man, Hades, Smash Ultimate, and Octopath Traveler.
Okay, I think we should probably cut Smash
Among Us.
and
Oh.
Among Us.
Yeah, we
The
cut
party
Smash.
The party games, yeah. Smash is fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, it stands its own test. And same with like Among Us. It had its perfect timing of release, like right before the pandemic, and right when everyone got sent into working or being completely at home for the longest time. So.
And we've already scratched out Destiny 2 Forsaken and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
What was the third one on my list? Or
Octopath Traveler was your third.
I'm okay with scratching that out. I don't think any of us have played enough of that, and I rank some of the games here higher than that already, and I'm the one who's played the most of it. So
That leaves us with 4 games: God of War, Celeste, Spider-Man, and Hades.
okay, so damn.
God of
Have
War.
you played Hades?
No,
I think you would like Hades.
I have heard that from you and you specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, because you like. We'll get back into it later.
Yeah.
Sorry, but Hades is good. Celeste is phenomenal. Oh, what?
I think we have to scratch out Spider-Man, if only for the fact that I haven't played it and don't know enough about it.
I don't know anything about Celeste or Hades.
Spider-Man.
He's played Spider-Man.
I know.
Spider-Man is very good. Spider-Man 2 is better.
I actually don't know that I agree with
Ooh,
that.
really?
Ooh, okay, actually, okay, never mind. Let's do it out for. But okay, so
what makes Spider-Man 2 better? Just better.
I like the movement mechanics a lot
The
more in
movement
Spider-Man
mechanics
2.
are nice.
And that's
I thought-
the main reason I loved Spider-Man 1. The story was really good in
I
Spider-Man 1.
was about to say the story in Spider-Man 1 is a lot tighter, I think, than
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's
2.
fair.
I think we need to rule out one here and get our top 3. So
So we have the 2 indie games, Spider-Man and God of War. Is that correct?
yes,
Fuck.
and
Let's
and
boot Celeste.
no, I
Celeste is
vote we
hard
boot
pass?
Hades.
Boot Hades? Okay.
Oh, I don't like either of those.
My vote is to boot either Spider-Man or Hades,
I vote
and
boot
I've played
Hades.
one of them, which says something. So
Let's. Oh God.
You're the one that's played both of these games, Walker. You're the
Celeste's
tiebreaker
story
vote.
mattered far more to me than Hades did. Hades combat felt really fucking fun. It's easy to dump a ton of time into it.
yeah.
I think the story of Celeste beats it significantly.
Okay, so we keep Celeste, so we're down to God of War, Spider-Man, Celeste for top 3. So I'm gonna argue here, Spider-Man number 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
and
And now I'm also gonna go God of War number 2.
I disagree with that.
You
hard.
Disagree.
Okay, if the Celeste guy is the one disagreeing with me here, then I guess I have to secede to God of War here.
The change in the formula that God of War did was so significant, and its story was fucking phenomenal. It touches on a lot of points. Has a really solid combat system. I love the like familial bond that's there. Celeste matters a lot to me personally.
Oh yeah,
I will fight tooth and nail for that aspect of it. I'm happy it's in the top 3. I will leave it there.
Okay, yeah. I thought like there was a really good leg to stand on for Celeste being number 1 with Walker.
If
Me
you'd
and
have
Walker.
fought for it, there would have been a fight. But,
Yeah, but if he's willing to back off on it, then I'm willing to back off it. I found I'm more favorable doing that. So, God of War 2018,
God of War number 1.
Game of the Year 2018.
Celeste number 2, Spider-Man number 3.
All right.
What a year for PlayStation.
What a year.
What a year for PlayStation. What a year for party games. What a year for indie games. Like, that was a...
I still think Red Dead Redemption 2 would be number 1 if y'all had both.
Sure, I think it would have been up there, certainly.
All right, so 2019.
2019.
Go ahead and put my number 1, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, please. And then put my number 2, Borderlands 3, please.
Oh, crap. That...
Ooh, Fallen Order came out that year.
And put my number 3. No, I'm going to make Walker take that one.
Yeah, I'll happily take Fallen Order. That game was fucking phenomenal. Did you play Control?
Control, yes, I did. I love that.
You love Control? Okay, I really want to play Control. It's like basically SCP, right?
Yeah, it is an SCP game.
I haven't played it yet either.
The Outer Worlds was 2019.
Yeah, I haven't played it though.
I
don't know enough about it.
I haven't played it yet, but Disco Elysium was supposed to be fucking...
Pokemon Sword and Shield was 2019.
I'm not putting that on my list. It's a good game, not putting it on my list.
Ooh, Remnant from the Ashes.
Days Gone was
Okay.
2019. Luigi's Mansion 3.
That is a very good game.
That is actually a good game. I said that funny, but then I was like, wait, that actually... I remember that being...
Hey, you know...
Okay, put my number 1 is Outer Wild.
Wait, is it Outer Wilds?
Its release date was in 2019, yeah.
Oh my god, yep, okay.
Yeah, I know I bullshitted my way onto getting Outer Wilds into one of our top of the year recently.
Trent, what did you say your number 2 was after Sekiro?
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3.
You know what we're not going to put on here? Walking Simulator. Death Stranding.
Borderlands 3 only came out in 2019?
Yeah.
I swear it was older than that.
Dude, 2019 is 5 years ago. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, neither do I, don't worry.
I don't like that at all.
I forgot they remastered Assassin's Creed 3.
Ooh, Persona 5 Royal came out.
Total War 3 Kingdoms is going on my list.
Okay.
It's one of the best modern Total War games. They revamped diplomacy. Crazy.
Maybe my number 3 might be Apex Legends. I played a fuck ton of Apex.
I don't feel like I can put any other games on my list. It's gonna be like I'm just conscripting something up to be shot in the face, like
because of Outer Wilds.
Yeah, it's like nothing else compares. That game is literally like burned into my heart.
Yo, I was joking. World's in Harem VR. I was joking whenever I said the hentai game has a fucking VR thing.
Goose Game came out. That was a really fun game.
Okay, Goose Game was great.
Oh, the Link's Awakening remake. I might put that on mine.
Oh god, you're doing the Outer Worlds, I'm doing the Outer Wilds. Cool. Okay.
Nope, other way around.
Nope, I'm doing the Outer Worlds, you're doing the Outer Wilds.
There you go.
That's what I said. So I meant, and that's what you heard. The first time.
How is Anthem number 43 on this list?
That sure was a game that it came out.
And fucking died that year as well.
You know what? Control is going on my list.
Hell yeah.
It was either that or Days Gone, and I think Control is just a better game.
Short Hike. Mine might be filled with indie games. We'll see.
Oh no.
Well, you got one shot, one slot left.
Yeah. Wait, what did I say for my?
So far, you have Jedi Fallen Order and the Outer Wilds.
Oh, Fallen Order. That's fucking right.
Devil May Cry 5 was actually.
I mean, that's staying on like Fallen Order is absolutely staying on the list.
Fuck.
Bless you. Good lord.
Thanks.
Greedfall. Did we play Greedfall?
I don't recall.
No, we played the fucking Amazon.
Ooh, Superliminal came out that year. Superliminal
I
is
played
good
through that recently.
from a design aspect.
Yeah.
Have you played Superliminal? It's
I've seen you play it. It's the one where it's like forced perspective puzzle solving.
Do you want to nominate it? Anyone?
Don't worry, I know how to drop the R, guys. We're good. Or actually,
fine.
no, my bad. Not drop the R. Not
Leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave it off.
You know what I meant. I grew up in the slums of Louisiana, guys. Don't worry, I know.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck!
Forager came out that year. That was a good game.
I definitely can't put Control on this list if the fucking Fire Emblem's Three Houses is on it.
Risk of Rain 2 came out that year.
That actually might be my game of the year.
Wow, okay.
Super Mario Maker 2.
Do I want to put Control over the Outer Worlds?
Outer Wilds. Okay, I think I got my 3.
What's your third?
Go ahead and put the Link's Awakening remake.
Fair.
So far, I think I'm putting Apex Legends.
Okay. Alright, well, I've got my 3. Did you say you played Control? No, you didn't.
No, I've got it downloaded on my Xbox, though. I'm going to play that soon. As soon as I have time to play games.
No, I can't put it in top 3.
Yo, fucking Pokemon Shield, apparently 40 ranks below Pokemon Sword.
It's because Zacian's over fucking powered.
Used to be.
Used
Now,
to be.
actually, it's the other way around. Zamazenta's the...
Because
Good.
the items didn't come through, or something like that. It was like
It's good. No, it's because they nerfed them. They nerfed them in the new generation.
Oh, I see.
But it doesn't affect Zamazenta because
That's funny.
it's fine. He was fine. But now, because he's like his bulk and the ability to Terra gets him.
So special call out to, I know that Risk of Rain is super popular. I know that Disco Elysium is super popular. We haven't played them.
Okay, so we've got our top 3s. I don't know that anyone has played any of mine. Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
The Outer Worlds.
No.
No.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
I am so sorry.
No.
Nope. All right.
So sorry for your loss.
Walker.
Mine are not in any particular order. Is going to be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Which we all 3 played.
We all played. The Outer Wilds, good fucking God.
Which all 3 of us have played.
Yeah.
And the Link's Awakening DX.
Which 2 of us have played.
I
I
have
think I
no,
played.
Link's Awakening remake.
That was that one on
Switch.
3DS?
Switch.
It was only on Switch?
Mm-hmm.
One of us has played.
Okay.
Tragic, but that is one of my favorite Zelda games across
Trent?
the board. I think it's my number 3.
Trent's were...
Sekiro Shadow Die Twice.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
I haven't yet. I do plan on getting around to it, though, because I heard that parry is very fun. And that's why I want you to play Lies of P, is because the parry is very good in Lies of P.
Borderlands 3?
Have not played Borderlands. Wait! I did play Borderlands.
2.
No, I think I did play 3 for a little bit. 3 was the twins? That's
Yes.
the bad guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. I
That's
played a
right,
little bit of it.
because you were going to be on the podcast. That was the podcast that Liam...
That was Tiny Tina's.
Yeah, that was
Borderlands.
Tiny Tina's.
I did play a little bit of 3. I didn't play a whole lot of it, though.
Okay.
I did not play any of 3.
You didn't play...
I didn't
Wow.
Play I played a lot of 2, and I played a lot of Tiny Tina's. I never played 3.
Damn. We should do a playthrough of 3.
Apex Legends?
I've actually never played Apex Legends.
What? I thought I could swear you
See,
played.
I played...
I know that I would love Apex Legends because it's Respawn, right? That
Yeah.
did it?
I've played one round of Apex Legends.
Ooh.
Does that count for Game of the Year?
No, but we're not going to exclusively just toss this to... I think at this point we have, 2?
We have 3, and honestly, I feel like they're the top 3 of our group. Okay, let's be honest. Outer Wilds is number 1, right? Is there another option there?
I'm going to fight tooth and nail for that one.
I think, unfortunately... not unfortunately, but, I think it has to be our number 1.
It has to be our number 1.
But I'm...
It is very close in front of
Jedi Fallen
Order.
Sekiro is my number 1.
That's fair, yeah.
Which is fair. So, as long as Sekiro gets top 3, I think, if we consider him this year.
If we didn't put Red Dead Redemption 2 in top 3, we're not putting Sekiro in top 3.
I've given both these last 2 without a fight. Braze instantly, dukes down as soon as I fucking mentioned my game.
Wait, I didn't fight on Red Dead Redemption 2 because I thought we were trying to follow the rules, and now you're out here trying to break the rules.
The rule was just so that we could narrow it down. This one doesn't need narrowed down because it's already narrowed down.
I would like to reopen the discussion about the year of 2019.
Okay, what's number
2018?
What's number 3 on 2018?
Crap. I lost my note. 3 in 2018 was Spider-Man. Nope. Yes, Spider-Man.
Okay, we can drop Spider-Man for Red Dead Redemption on number 3 if you want.
You've never played the game.
I've never played either of the two.
This seems like some trading favor shit to get Sekiro back in. I don't think that's fair.
Okay, what would the 3 be then?
Number 1, Outer Wilds. Number 2, Jedi Fallen Order. Number 3, Borderlands 3.
How is Borderlands 3 getting on there? None of
Play
y'all
a little bit.
I'm being robbed with my own game. Hang on. Let me finish first. I'm being robbed with my own game, and it feels terrible.
I'll throw you this other olive branch. I have played some Apex Legends. So that can also be in contention.
I hate you right now.
I've played a Souls game.
Yeah, exactly. So fucking Sekiro should be on there, yes?
I don't know.
Hey,
is it like Lies of P? Is it like Lies of P?
Hey, we're going to go download Sekiro real quick. We're going to take an hour break from the fucking podcast real quick. We're going to go download Sekiro on Walker's Xbox. He's going to play the first fucking few levels, and then we're going to come back so we can put fucking Sekiro in number 3.
Sekiro could be at number 4. It's fine.
I'll let you put Sekiro above Total War 3 Kingdom of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I'm so sorry. I promise you I will play Sekiro, and we can amend this podcast later on.
So my original idea, whenever I pitched this idea, was to start at the beginning and do the first few years of video games to make it easier. This would have definitely benefited me so much because Walker would have played Sekiro by the time we got to this year.
we can make an updated list later on. It's fine. We can review this every now and then.
All right.
Fuck this idea. Whose idea was this?
2019 top 3. Number 1, Outer Wilds.
Fuck yes.
Number 2, Jedi Fallen Order. Number 3, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll put a caveat there just to give you some sentiment there. If Walker doesn't like Sekiro when it replays it later this year, because you're playing it by the end of the year now, then we'll come back and we'll readdress it, all right?
All right, fair.
Good Lord.
I came into that like, okay, it's not going to get heated at all. In the first 2, I was like, I'm not even going to argue for this. This makes sense for them. I'm totally fine with it. Number 3 came in, instant heat.
No.
Oh my god.
Well, he didn't have any fighting on that whole thing, so we had to make.
And we'll put a caveat on 2018 as well. Whenever I played Red Dead Redemption by the end of the year,
then we'll bump it up if we need to.
Yeah, that's fair. I know we've talked about it before. Is Sekiro your favorite of all time? Favorite game of all time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy that our favorite games of all time came out in the same year.
Yeah.
It's a shame only one of them could be number 1.
Hey, I played your favorite game of all time. What's your favorite game of all time?
Baldur's Gate 3.
We played your favorite game of all time. I just need you to play a level.
Nope.
Or, no, actually, no. I just need you to watch a playthrough of it.
I've seen gameplay footage of Sekiro.
Have you watched, the story of
Not
it and, the fights? Go watch,
How long is it?
If you're watching someone play the story, it's probably maybe
20 hours?
15, 20 hours if it's someone that's, decent at it.
Okay, it's doable. I'm not going to make promises, but it's doable.
Especially if you're liking Assassin's Creed Shadows, just watching the little bit that I've watched of Emma play that, it's already making me feel, oh shit, time to go play Sekiro again.
Yeah.
I've heard that it's similar to, very similar to Ghost of Tsushima as well. I've heard really good things about it.
The aesthetics and the story have never been my issue with Sekiro. It's purely the mechanics that is the reason I'm never going to play it.
Hey, you got through Tunic. That has a dodge roll.
Tunic is not a Dark Souls level game.
All right, hang on. Sekiro is not about dodge rolling. Sekiro is literally about parrying.
And let's be clear, I'm worse at parrying than I am dodge rolling.
Really?
You're worse at parrying?
So I'll say...
you can spam dodge rolls, and you're usually fine. If you try to spam parries, it doesn't work.
In Sekiro, it's a lot easier to learn how to parry because it's either you parry or you die pretty quickly. And once you get hit by this one move, it's okay, I know have to deflect now. And then you will notice that you get in the thing where it's okay, the correct sequence is ding, 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 ding for this attack pattern. And you learn it you'll be surprised at how quick you learn it, because I didn't think I'd learn it as fast as I did, and I had only played 1 Dark Souls before this game. So I came in and then I'm I don't like this game, and then next thing you know I go to the same fight and I'm just
I appreciate where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That's not how it works for me.
Understand.
That's just not how it works. I'm sorry. Spoiler warning, I'm about to go into details of the storyline of Avowed. If you do not wish to be spoiled, skip this section. So the game that I played this past couple of months is called Avowed. It's a brand new RPG game by Obsidian, the same people who made Fallout and The Outer Worlds.
Specifically in Fallout New Vegas, right?
Fallout New Vegas specifically.
Yeah.
The Obsidian people were the same people that made the original first two Fallout games under a new studio after they left. And then they were contracted by Bethesda to make Fallout New Vegas, and then they moved on to more different RPGs. They did The Outer Worlds, they did the Pillars of Eternity series.
They did Grounded? Is that
I don't know about Grounded.
Okay. I might be talking on my house.
The reason I bring out Pillars of Eternity is because Avowed is set in the Pillars of Eternity universe.
Oh, really?
Just as like a third-person action RPG instead of a top-down isometric RPG.
Okay.
The game plays very much like a Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout type of game where you play a character, you build the character, you are...
Grounded was Obsidian, by the way.
Oh, cool. What was Grounded? I don't recognize the name, but the game is not...
It's a Minecraft-esque, like a survival game where it's a bunch of kids that got shrunk and now have to live...
Gotcha, okay.
It's how
in the
Shrunk the
backyard.
Kids where you fight ants and spiders and such.
Gotcha, that makes sense. Well, this game is about... You are what is called a godlike. Someone who is born with some non-human features that are... descriptive of the god that you are related to. You are someone related to a god, and your features are non-human, and they match the god. So some godlikes of, let's say, the god of the sun are beings of pure fire, like they are made of fire. Like someone who is a godlike of the god of death maybe like have a skeleton face. This character, you don't know what you're the godlike of, but you have like fungal mushroom features on your head. Customizable, obviously, it's a character creator. You can make whatever you want. But you are a godlike of an unknown god. You work for the emperor of your nation, and you are a delegate on a mission to the quote-unquote New World, where you go to a new land where there is very different frontier, tough colonial settlements and civilizations set up on this island that's a little disconnected from the rest of the world. And it's kind of its own isolated little playground. And that's where the RPG takes place. You wash up on the sea, and you're trying to solve a disease that's been taking over the whole island, causing a lot of economic problems. And so you're the envoy of the emperor to fix this problem.
Right.
And as you go in, classic stuff happens. There's a rebellion, and then you got to make moral decisions about whether it's better to support your empire or help the rebels, and the game progresses from there. Very fun, pretty solid standard RPG. The world that this is in is very fun to me.
Okay.
Because it's set kind of like D&D, where there's mostly humans. There are some other races, like there are dwarves, there are fish people, and there are, I don't know what they're called, the kind of furry people.
They're the furries?
Yeah, the furries. You can only play as like a human, but as you play through the story, you meet all the different characters. You meet, you go to big hub cities that are where a bunch of characters from different factions are at, and you can have quests from them. Standard RPG stuff. The combat, I think, is where this game really shines. It kind of builds on that Skyrim system where you got like a basic weapon, and you can also have spells if you want. There are 3 main classes that you pick, and you put points into skills, and as you skill, you go through the different trees. And you can put points into any tree at any time, but as you put more points in, you get more proficient with that type of skill. So there's warrior skills, which are like melee fighting, tankiness, that kind of stuff. Ranger, rogue skills, which are like ranged fighting, sneaky, stealth around stuff, and then wizard. So yeah, you get to pick your poison, pick and choose what kind of skills you want. I ended up building like a mage gunner, where my main weapon was a musket,
yeah,
like barrel-loading musket gun. And then other than that, I also had some grimoire that you could cast spells from. There's a big area of effect, like Ice Storm spell, where it freezes people.
Yeah.
So I leveled that up and then put points in like Frost Accumulation to like freeze people quicker the more ice damage they take. So I just drop a big AoE ice thing, freeze all the enemies, and then boop,
Just start
boop,
sniping them.
shoot. And you get damage points if you explode a frozen enemy. So,
Gotcha.
sniping headshot into a frozen enemy, very easy, very fun combo for me. I would also... It's really easy to respec your characters with just a little money. So I kept respecing and building new characters. I built like a pure mage build, a melee build. Lots of fun ways of building your characters. The skills are not... so there are some games like the newest Veilguard game where the skills, quote unquote, that you get are just A, B, X, Y button. Like you press one button once, the skill happens, and then you're back to mashing this, which is a little bit like this. But this Avowed does have like a skill wheel, so you have a little bit more variety of skills.
Yes.
You get to switch out the skills you want. There are a lot more skills options, so even though you only have like a set amount you can cast, like quick cast or cast at a given time, you have more that you can choose from. So there's like fire spells, ice spells, lightning spells, some healing spells, some like summoning spells. It's a full magic system. And you just kind of go through this frontier helping people establish their cities, solve diplomatic problems, eventually trying to cure this plague as you deal with new experiences, because when you get to the new world, you start getting messages from your god that you're related to. Because it turns out the god that you're related to is specifically related to this land.
Interesting. So, to give you a little bit of context, I also started Avowed. I didn't get super deep into it. I completed the opening. I built my character, played the opening tutorial section, which kind of introduces you to, the base mechanics of the game. It throws basically like a handful of the weapons at you, lets you try the 3 different classes. You fight a boss at the end, and then you're thrown into the open world.
Right.
I got up into the open world, raided the town a little bit, climbed a lighthouse, and that's where I stopped playing.
Yep.
And I just haven't picked it back up yet. I found myself struggling with the combat a little bit. Yeah. Maybe it was just because I hadn't invested too much time into it, but I felt like I was getting my ass kicked quite a bit.
The startup to it was a little rough. I'm not going to... It's a little tougher at the beginning. As you get more points into it and more experienced in the system, it feels better.
Okay, cool. Because I was trying to like figure out what I liked, but you only have like 2 immediate equip spots.
At the very beginning, you don't have a lot of options.
Yeah,
you don't have all of your skills, and you don't have like the equipment that you need for buffs and stuff. So it's a lot more difficult. It gets a lot easier once you get into the game a little bit.
One of the first encounters that you do, I say first encounters, it's near the end of the tutorial section. You drop into this is the first time you find the grimoire, which allows you to cast the different types of magic. And it's pretty cool. Like it's a book, and it gives you like a wheel of different spells you can cast, and then like a wand. I equipped them, and I was like, okay, I don't know what any of this does. I walked forward and got dropped into like effectively a kobold camp, and they swarmed me immediately. And I was like, I can't cast magic fast enough. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, no. The magic is not good if you don't have companions yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because another fun thing about this game is there are fleshed out companions. Not a ton. There's like 4.
Okay.
But they're pretty in depth. And each one kind of has a different archetype. You have like a wizard archetype. You have a warrior tank archetype. You have a ranger, stealthy, poisony archetype, and you have a healer archetype.
Gotcha.
Characters. The first character you get is that warrior tank. He has not left my party since because he runs up and lets all the little kobolds attack him while I shoot from.
See, Kai, the fish dude?
Kai, the fish dude.
Okay. He's pretty cool.
A very fun character. Who is voiced by the same voice actor that voices Gotys Frequency in the Mass Effect games.
Okay.
That's why he hasn't left your party.
That's another reason he hasn't left the party.
That is 90% of the reason he hasn't left your party.
That is a big reason he hasn't left the party, yes.
The other 10% is the fact that he tanks.
For those of you at home, for reference, in Discord, where we communicate most of the time, my icon has been Gotys Frequency for the past 5 years.
Since I've known you.
Since Trent has known me, my icon has been Gotys Frequency from Mass.
Honestly, do not change your icon, because I would not recognize who was talking to me anymore.
I won't.
Okay.
Unless they release another game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might update it.
Not unless not unless they give us another model of Garrison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They updated the graphics on Garrison.
The new Mass Effect is going to be a time skip, so he's probably going to be dead.
Tragic.
Unfortunate.
Hi, this is my son, Grarius.
Grarius Vicarian. But your hot blue girlfriend from Mass Effect is an Asari, and they live for thousands of years, so she'll probably still be around.
Cortana?
No.
I haven't played Mass Effect.
Liara.
I will play it at some point, don't worry.
You need to. You get all the aliens. Any questions about... I mean,
you didn't really touch too much about the story. I know that it kind of
I was trying to avoid spoilers.
I know, like you mentioned, the God speaks to you. Is that kind of the main driving force?
So, like I mentioned, the main thrust of the story is trying to solve the plague.
Right, okay.
So by trying to solve the plague, you end up looking through a lot of avenues. One of those ends up being some of the older ruins set up by a previous society that lived here.
Right.
And as you explore those ruins and help dive into something called Aedra, which is like crystals of essentially mana magic, which is kind of how... There's crystals all over the world, which are your fast travel points, where you set up camps. They're also, in the lore, crystallized magical energy. And then the network of those crystals is how your god communicates to you in the game.
Very cool.
So as you're going through these old ruins, you're investigating some of these crystals and some that have been corrupted and trying to purge that corruption with the help of your god. So as you're investigating, you find out that this god that you worship,
Can I guess?
Guess.
Okay, because you were talking about like how the god likes manifest. The main point of focus for your character creator godlike is mushrooms. Big focus there.
That's correct.
And the big thing being like this plague that's going through. Is your god the god of decay?
I don't know what my god is the god of.
Oh,
I do know that it doesn't work exactly.
Okay.
That same
Have
way.
you beaten the game?
Not entirely. I've nearly finished it.
Okay.
I do notice that the people who are plagued are covered in mushrooms.
Uh-oh!
And as you go through the story, your god gets a little defensive about something. Your god...
Is your god a hive mind?
Your god is new.
Oh, okay.
Your god was attacked by the other gods at some point in the past, and that's why they're kind of separated from everything else. I don't know everything. Some shit went down.
Did your god, whenever he just spawned, did he accidentally nudge the Earth like a mile closer to the sun on accident?
No, he did not.
And then pull it back?
No. He did maybe cause some natural disasters that destroyed the civilization that used to live on this island.
But who hasn't done that every now and then?
But that wasn't the complete destruction. The robots sent from the other gods did destroy the civilization completely. It just kind of set the stages.
Robots?
Shh. And then as you're going through this, you're like, oh my gosh, this is awful. And you're seeing these robots that massacred all these people. And you're like, wow, this is fucked up. They also died from hurricanes and floods and earthquakes. That's fucked up too. Did you do this?
I thought this was medieval fantasy.
It is. Don't worry about it. And as you're doing this, your god's like, hey, what the fuck are you talking about? Shit happens. This is nature, dude. Or not to those. It's much more sympathetic in the moment. But as you're going through these conversations, you're like, you're a little dangerous.
A little more
I appreciate where you're coming from. But you're a child that doesn't understand when you cry, people die.
Right.
You know? It's the birthing pains of a god with so much power that when it does things that it doesn't understand, it destroys a city.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm at the point of the story where I haven't quite gotten over the hump to figure out how that gets resolved.
Cool. Interesting.
So yeah, fun stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, weird. I like weird story stuff.
Huh.
To be fair, the robots are less robots and more metallic angels. But, tomato.
All right, so just before we continue on, you'd mentioned your build being the ice storm into headshot into exploding, doing damage. What if I told you could do that in Destiny?
I'd say that's fun for you.
Oh.
Yeah, Destiny is not a single player
I just want
game.
friends to play with.
I'm sorry, man.
I cannot get back into Destiny. It does poor things to my health. Oh, man. Well, cool. Yeah. I mean, how would you rate it so far? Are you enjoying it?
I'd say 8 out of 10. Is my ranking. It's a solid RPG. It's not breaking any barriers. It's not reinventing the genre. It is a very solid, very good action RPG. If you like action RPGs, play it.
It is worth continuing past the point that
I'm
at
going
currently.
to. The only reason, yes.
That I'm at currently?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
The only reason I haven't finished it is because other games I was interested in came out and I got distracted.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's
All right.
Avowed. So Walker,
Yo.
what game have you been playing?
I don't know. Video games are kind of a thing of the past, if you ask me. I'm really into these newfangled books. In all seriousness, though, Hazelight, the studio behind A Way Out and It Takes Two, just recently released their new title, Split Fiction. Fucking incredible. It is another game that's focused mostly around, not mostly, entirely around the co-op aspect of the game. In this one, you are playing as two women writers, Mio and Zoe, and you are going along with them as they are stepping into a facility that's going to help them get published. Huge opportunity. Neither of them have been published before, so they're both chomping at the bit for this incredible opportunity. They get into this facility and they find out that the head of the organization behind them is... We get into this facility and we find out that the head of the organization is actually, or has actually created a machine that allows people to go through stories that they've written in the past and physically live and experience them. It's like this fully immersive VR situation. The term split fiction derives from the fact that our two main characters, Zoe and Mio, have very different styles of writing. Mio is a sci-fi author and Zoe is a fantasy author. So they all kind of like dive into their virtual reality experiences, but Mio is a little apprehensive about the whole thing. Something feels off. She starts requesting like, hey, what's really going on here? And the CEO is being really dodgy about the whole situation and not explaining anything. They get into a commotion and Mio ends up tripping into the same like VR bubble that Zoe is in. What this does is they begin to start they fall into this fantasy world and their stories begin to blend back and forth. So now it's this incredible mixture of this fantasy realms that Zoe has concocted mixed with the sci-fi brutalist landscapes that Mio has gone through. It's really fun. You spend the majority of the game bouncing back and forth. Similar to It Takes Two, there's a main mechanic that two of y'all kind of like split the work between. For example, the first real level that you dive into is like a cyber ninja theme. One person gets access to like a really cool katana that allows them to, in addition to your standard sword move set, grip onto certain tiles and change your gravity situation. So you can like, if there's a set of purple tiles on the wall, you can snap to it and then you're now running as if like you've, to use a term from the Stormlight Archives books that we've been reading recently, you're effectively giving yourself like a sideways lashing. So now that is your new down direction. And then, meanwhile, Zoe's aspect is she has got a gravity manipulating whip that allows her to pick up people and objects and throw them around like crazy, including, and you use these powers to like solve a whole bunch of different puzzles. It's a blast. It's another It Takes Two game. It's a really, really fun, like, tight, cooperative experience. One, like, minor drawback is that instead... Well, it's not a drawback. It's just a change from It Takes Two. They have removed some of the side games that It Takes Two had where you would go through and just do, like, competitive, like, face-off games. I know that there was stuff like... you probably remember more than I do, but chess was one of them. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a bunch
There
of
were a
games.
few
There was
little-
chess, there was tanks, there was...
There's one where you like shoot the water, like the target with a stream of water.
Yeah, there was whack-a-mole. There was like a varying amount.
Yeah. So these have now been shifted from being like little side games to being what's called side stories. Basically, you'll be in the middle of running through Mio's sci-fi worlds, and there'll be like a weird glitch in the world that you can interact with, and then you're brought into one of the fantasy worlds.
Oh, and that's pretty unique, actually.
And they're really like they're fun, tight side stories. What like, for example, one of the stories you play later on is like a play on the SSX Tricky series, so where you're snowboarding down a hill and you can perform a whole bunch of like tricks and stuff to try to get a higher points than the other group or the other player. Meanwhile, in one of the other ones, you play as two different pigs, one of which who can grow super tall, and the other one who fucking farts and flies. So that's the kind of thing that we're working with here.
Okay.
It's a blast. It contains a lot of really fun, like, goofy gags here and there. There's a whole section with a Monkey King that happens later on at one point, which is genuinely a piece of art.
They love their monkey levels.
And there's plenty of references to the previous games as well. You can encounter the characters from A Way Out, for example. If you stay in certain areas, you can see the characters from It Takes Two. There is a whole section that is devoted to the elephant from It Takes Two.
Oh no.
So
pre or post accident?
I'll let y'all discover that one on your own. But it is a blast. It captures the same kind of magic that the game before had, as well as dealing with a bit of a darker story that I personally feel like they didn't explicitly state it, but this isn't a spoiler. The reason the big bad CEO guy, the reason that Mio felt something was off, is he is actively ripping these stories. He's not going to pay these authors, but instead ripping them, and he's going to sell them on his own. Cough, cough, AI, cough, cough. Not so subtle hints there. It's really cool. We go a bit more into the backstories of Mio and Zoe. They both have their own traumas and tragedies that are brought into like why they've crafted these individual stories. I think it's genuinely a really fun tale with incredible gameplay. It's not super long. I think I played with my partner and we went through it in about 15 hours. That feels like a stretch. It was like 2 weeks on and off of playing for an hour or two each night.
Honestly, it's kind of what it felt like for It Takes Two.
Yeah.
I think as well. I haven't played A Way Out yet, so I wouldn't be able to judge that one. But I know of our friend group, Nathan and I are planning to tackle It's Split Fiction. We tried last night, but I still had to download it. Ooh, that's something we'll talk about here in a minute. But tried to download it last night to play it, but didn't download it in time, so we're going to start it sometime this week. Another thing that I love about this game company is the one copy buying aspect. To expand upon what Trent's saying here, this is a really cool system that the company has basically set up. Only one person of the co-op, of the two players, needs to own the game. The other one can download the copy for free, effectively. So what you do is, because I literally just did it last night, you go and you look up the game, and you can either purchase it or you can install the Friend Pass version. The Friend Pass version, you can boot up the game, but you will not be able to play the game until you get an invite from whoever owns it.
Interesting. Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
that's a great system.
Yeah.
Especially since they're so focused on only co-op games. The only way you can play it is with a co-op partner, so it makes it less about, I don't want to have to pay $100 just to play a co-op game. Yeah. Instead, you just play one person pays the one price. Hell, you could split the one price and just someone buy it and then play the game together.
Yeah. It's super sweet. It captures a lot of things that I really love about gaming. The couch co-op experience is very straightforward. And easy to jump into. It's super fun, super goofy in some places, super serious in others. It only caused 2 arguments between myself and my partner. So honestly, it's a phenomenal game. It genuinely is a blast, and I think everyone should go out and play it. There's a lot of really creative experimentation with different gameplay mechanics that they dive into.
One of my favorite parts of It Takes Two was the very intense interpersonal relationship between the two main characters. A big focus of that story was it was a divorced couple.
Yeah.
Reconciling. Does this have that same heartstring pulling story? or is it more just dark AI copyright?
There is a lot of like humanity that is still absolutely evident in this game. It's less a story of like two lovers coming back together. That in itself is its own very kind of special thing. This one more delves into the idea of two strangers becoming friends, or like and sharing their art and stuff like that. It is very like the focus is on the bond of like friendship and almost like sisterhood as the main one. But I still think it absolutely stands up next to its the fellow games. Hazelight did a phenomenal job with this one.
The way that you describe how they like start in this, like jumping into the book, it reminds me of a game I enjoyed playing. Can't remember if it was last year or the year before. The Bookwalker game.
Oh yeah.
Where it's another one of those. This guy has the power to go into books and basically see how they play out, change the outcome, and stuff like that. That one was a lot more about stealing what was inside, taking it out. But I like that aspect of like being able to jump into a medium, just in general. I think that's a really unique thing to delve into games. It's almost like Inception. It's like because you're basically getting into the game, and then the game's getting into something else. So it's almost like just layers upon layers of playing a game, which is really interesting.
And there is like, it definitely plays with the fact that it's a game in a lot of places. There's a lot of like obvious references and Easter eggs to other games. I'd mentioned already the SSX Tricky like whole level devoted to it. I started ferociously cackling when Em and I went off the beaten path in one section, and I was like, what is this? And we kind of like walk up close to this little fire, interact with it, and we get the big bonfire lit like across the whole screen. So nice. Good old, like they know that they're a video game and they've definitely played it.
That's great. Brady, I know you won't understand that one.
That's
a Dark Souls
I've seen enough memes to know that.
I would highly recommend this to anyone who
walks into Caled, Florida, discovered.
Yeah.
And you said so you had mentioned sorry, Casa, cut this part back in now. So you had mentioned.
Hold on, Casa, real quick. Leave this part out too. Go ahead.
And now cut back in.
Wait, cut out. How much are we cutting out?
That's honestly not for us to decide. That's for Cass to decide.
Okay, gotcha. Cut back in.
Okay. It's for her to decide when the
guys.
All right,
we forgot to do another clap sync after the pause.
Oh, you're right.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, we're fucking stupid. All right, continue.
Okay.
Let's get through this.
We haven't even started drinking yet.
No.
So eventually it ends up being the story is about sticking it to the corpo rat, right?
Oh, do you want that spoiler? There's okay.
Well, you mentioned that the big boss was the bad, so I imagine like we're sticking it to the corpo rat by the end, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a good transition because speaking of corpo rats.
Okay, gotcha. Good segue.
I think I know what game you played.
Hey, Casa, cut the crosstalk out.
Hey, Casa, cut us telling you to cut things out.
Also, I think it was kind of bad. Cut the last clap sync out. We're going to go again. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Nathan's here. We got to hurry, guys.
Yeah. We do got to hurry now.
Okay.
Hey, Trent, what the fuck did you play?
So, this is going to be, like, I'm going to pose this a little differently. Less than talk, like, I'm not going to exactly talk about Cyberpunk. I might spoil a bit minorly. I'm going to try to avoid a good bit of it, especially because I know Walker has intent to play it. Brady has already played it. I'm not sure how I feel about Cyberpunk.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and I should have, I didn't know this going into, but Cyberpunk is definitely a dystopian world, and there aren't a lot of happy endings, and that was quite apparent as I played more and more of the game. The game itself is beautiful. The gameplay is great. A lot of the stuff is interconnected, and like you'll see little nods to certain things everywhere. Like you'll do a gig that mentions a person that you'll hunt down in a cyberpsychosis mission later on or something like that. But I think the thing that got the biggest for me is I've been like just struggling mentally a lot for the like past couple of years is just trying to make it on my own and like not be like I'm trying to have a positive spin on my life, but it's like a little difficult sometimes. And playing this game, I'm not sure like a lot of this made me feel like, is our world heading towards this kind of a little bit, which is sad. And like basically I've had an existential crisis playing this game with seeing how negative some of the outcomes for it are. For instance, the fact that none of the endings, in my opinion, they're all good for what they are. I don't think any of them are good.
Right.
Like they're not a good ending. They're a okay ending, but even the one that is depicted as the best one, you play it and you're still on a timer, essentially.
Right.
Let me know when I can jump in, because I have a lot of things I can say.
This is a discussion.
So here's my thoughts. Cyberpunk as a setting, because it was first, before they made a video game out of it, it was a tabletop RPG setting. It was like a D&D, but sci-fi.
Yeah.
The setting is very... it reminds me a little bit of... you might not have heard of this before. Warhammer 40K.
What's that? Little indie
thing. It has a very pessimistic outlook on humanity.
Yeah.
The philosophy of the game is that people are kind of shitty and systems suck, and you kind of just have to make it in the world you're
within the constraints that you're given.
And a big theme of Cyberpunk specifically is being the person who survives or being the person who goes out in a blaze of glory. Is it worthwhile to sacrifice yourself doing something bigger than yourself, or is it better to prioritize your own self-interest? And I think the endings reflected that, the overall philosophy of the game, and that that philosophy that you can't really take it with you. And I don't think they were happy endings at all. I thought they were fitting endings for the game.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think any of them are bad in their own right. All of them make sense in my mind. It's the fact that we spent all this time, and at the end, it feels like it's for little gain. Honestly, it's you don't get the life extension you thought you were going to get.
Yeah.
I don't think this is too much of a spoiler to say that like what's affecting you. No matter what ending you take, the best you're going to have is 6 months left.
Right.
Which is wild. And it kind of like brings on the thoughts of I'm going to die one day, and like the fact that it's going to like that the idea is like it's going to be within 6 months, like now what? What do I do? Like, I know this, I have this information, what do I do now? Nothing I can do can affect this kind of thing, and I imagine this is how, like, terminal cancer patients feel like that, and it's just, it's a mood sour, and so I don't know if I'm actually going to play the next Cyberpunk game or not, even though I enjoyed my time in it. It would have to be something to the aspect of, I might have to just, like, zero out the story and, like, just not pay attention, blinders on, just build a badass guy with implants and stuff like that, and just go and fight stuff over and over again. I don't know. It's really crazy that one of the all the endings are based on tarot cards. The devil ending is the first ending I got, and it's an ending that I don't know if I've questioned everything I've done in a game as much as I did whenever I first got to this ending. And a lot of people will know what I'm saying if they played it to this point. I will say if you get this ending, you will go into it being like, am I actually the hero of the story?
Remind me which one is the devil. I know the endings, I just don't know which is which tarot card.
When you can't do anything with bomb, you become bomb.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And in that moment, is V or Johnny ascendant?
For that one, it's I think it's V. Oh, it's definitely V.
Okay. Yeah.
V is a parent. For
Okay.
that.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes.
And like I heard that line and I like realized that I wasn't the hero of the story. It's wild that I've been doing everything I've been doing to try and stop these major corporations which run everything, by the way, which is not great considering who we have in power right now. But yeah.
Well, sci-fi writers have always occupied a space where they're either good or they're wrong, and the cyberpunk writers are good.
Which means they're not
Which
wrong.
means they're not wrong.
So the fact that I've been doing all this to try and destroy the corpos, whenever I ended up just kind of playing right into their hand and was not.
The system is rigged to always win.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just kind of making the most of that.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it does feel like that line that you hear about casinos where the house always wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very happy I had this experience in the game because I don't think like a game has touched me in this kind of way. But at the same time, I'm like, would I be more optimistic if I wouldn't have played this game, kind of?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very interesting. Like, it's kind of rough whenever the first act is maybe 5 hours. The storyline itself you can finish really quickly. If you play the first act is literally your entire world being turned upside down and not having anyone there to support you, kind of thing. And then I feel like if that mission didn't end the way that it did, things would have been much better. Or if like things would have been reversed there. Like if it wasn't like if you were the one that had the chip in your head, it would have turned out differently.
Yeah. Cyberpunk is definitely the action and the intense combat and the cool sights are there to hide a very sad story and a very depressing philosophy. It's a story about making the most of how much you have left in your life when you don't know how much you have left.
And I did all of 4 of the romance options, like their storylines. Obviously, I only played as male V, so I could have only romanced 2 of them max. But I did play through all their storylines and got close enough to them. And the people that leave Night City honestly probably have the best ending out of anyone else in the game, which shows you
the game is right from the start. The only winning hand is not to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, sci-fi can be rough.
Yeah.
I mean, those kinds of stories can be told anywhere too, but sci-fi is a very good medium to kind of delve into it.
Sci-fi is one of the harder mediums to grapple with just because the world looks so much like ours.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you told this story in a fantasy setting, it would hit less hard because they don't have cell phones.
Yeah.
Something I did start doing, like, after I beat this game, though, is I did start listening to a YouTube channel that covered the lore and, like, secrets and stuff that I missed, and, like, different ways that, like, if you would have made certain selections, how things are, like, minorly different. That's how I got information on all the endings. I did all the endings except for the Phantom Liberty one myself. But I also went in and had him cover the lore of the gigs, the lore of the cyber psychosis missions, and then like some of the lore of like just side missions in general. And there were a handful of them that like had the potential to like be finally a happy ending, and there's just a foot that stamps on it like right at the end almost every single time. It is wild, and depressing is not the right word because it's heavy. We're not quite to that point yet, but I can see us going that way.
The government is only in theory run by a corporation, not literally run by a corporation.
But hey, putting metal in your body and getting all these cool superpowers from it is fun, though.
It is fun. It is very fun. And you get to drive cool cars doing it.
I didn't do much driving.
Actually, I did more motorcycle riding than driving.
Yeah, I did some of that. I actually used the train a lot.
Interesting. I almost never use the train. I either fast traveled or just...
A lot of the fast travels that I got to were like the train, so I'm just like, I can just take the train.
Yeah, I guess the train points, yeah.
Whenever you played, what class did you start out, or not class, but like what start did you start out as?
So I started as so I've had two playthroughs. I played once, got like part of the way through the game and stopped, and then started over again. The first time I played as the
Nomad.
The second time I played as a street kid.
Street kid, okay. I started as a corpo because I was interested in the way they described the game, the gameplay to that in that category interests me the most. And a lot of the text options that I had for corpo were a lot about knowing inner secrets of the how the companies work and stuff like that. So it like provided a lot more insights on the shady dealings that they do and stuff like that.
Street Kid's like that, except it gives you more info on like the street level stuff, and Nomad gives you stuff about all the Caldos and all the other people outside of the city. Yeah, it's a dark game, and it doesn't give you a happy ending, but you get to look cool doing it.
Yeah. Whenever Orion comes out, I'll have to. Do you think you'll play Orion?
Is that the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to wait to see if I'm gonna play that one until after you play it, and then have you give me a
tone vibe check.
Yeah, a vibe check essentially on it. Walker, does this conversation that we have like sway you any direction on it?
If I'm being honest, not. I mean, I'm still gonna play the game. It is definitely, there is a difficulty in playing something that has like a heavier message to it. I'm talking a lot of shit. I say I'm going to play this game. I know it's a longer game, and I have a hard time picking up.
So I will say, the story is not a longer game. The longer game part of it is doing all the NCPDs, all the gigs, and all the cyberpsychosis things.
I do think I'm going to pick up Witcher 3 before I play this game. If that gives you any kind of idea of like when that slots into my schedule there. But
in 3 or 4 years, we'll come back and talk.
Yeah, I will say, I would like you to play it blind, but whenever you do play it, I'm going to have you make manual saves at certain places just to save you some time, just so that we can have that conversation a lot quicker. That way, you don't have to restart a character in order to get all the endings, kind of thing.
Right.
I got lucky with the selections I made, and like whenever I went back to look after I did 2 of the endings, I went back to look up how to get all the others, and I'm like, I don't know if I selected that or not. Right. And I went to go try that ending. Luckily, I selected the correct things. So
nice. Yeah, I mean, it is one that I still want to try out. The gameplay mechanics look like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure. I typically these days like to aim for something a little bit lighter and fluffier. So yeah, maybe in 4 years I'll check it out.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for the podcast this time. I liked I liked having a different spin on what my discussion was about. At least I feel like it was warranted. Kind of like it's definitely a unique game, and especially because of we didn't discuss it whenever it first came out. I don't think were we doing the podcast when it first came out.
We talked about it. I talked about it previously for the Phantom Liberty DLC.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it whenever the game came out because we either weren't a podcast or B, we weren't touching it yet.
We weren't
because
this was back when I was in Dallas.
Okay, so then whenever the game first came out, it was not good, and then they've definitely taken the No Man's Sky path and vastly improved what it does. So I'm sure whenever you play it, it'll be good.
It's a really good game.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it, and it. Like, even if it left you with that, like, heavier feeling afterwards, it still I think, speaks a lot that it made you feel some way, you know? Yeah. So that already speaks volumes to the credibility of the game.
Yeah, so we'll see where that will lead us at some point. For now, I think that's all that we're going to talk about today, so be sure to tune in for the next one, midsummer probably whenever it drops. I know we'll be talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows at that point.
Yes, we will.
Because 2 of y'all are already playing it, and one of us is going to start playing it. Definitely. Yes. I'm not hedging my bet this time, but I will hedge a bet that the fall one, I will be talking about Silksong.
Ha!
Bold. Very bold.
I'm going to make a bet that I am going to make $7 billion in the
For just saying shit
Just
now.
for this podcast.
Look. I have officially played the game now, so it's obviously going to come out soon.
You're laughing now. Just wait.
You know what, Trent? Nothing would make me happier than you telling me I told you so. That would make me so happy if the game came out tomorrow and you got to rub it in my face.
What about not tomorrow, and what about Thursday? Wednesday. Sorry.
I'd still be happy for you. I would not believe it. I would pinch myself.
At the time of recording, there's going to be a big direct for the Nintendo Switch 2. And I know that a lot of people, probably our good friend Trent here included, are hedging their bets that a certain character will be making an appearance within this direct.
The files have been changed again.
Okay, I'm going to stop the podcast.
Actually, no, it's not the files. The copyright's been changed.
Okay,
it's different this time. I swear.
We need to stop.
Don't take me away.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you next time.
Catch you on the next wavelength.
Bye. You'll never keep me.